Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to dive into a landmark study that looks at how hundreds of millions of people are really using ChatGPT. And let me tell you, the results, well, they might just change how you think about AI entirely.
So the story here really starts with a scale it's just hard to wrap your head around. Get this. As of mid-2025, ChatGPT has over 700 million people using it every single week. And, these users aren't just logging in and poking around. No. Together, they're sending more than 2.5 billion messages to the AI every single day. Think about that. That's something like 29,000 messages firing off every second. To put that into perspective for you, that's more than 10% of the entire adult population of the planet using this one tool. I mean, the paper itself notes that for a new technology, this kind of growth, this speed of adoption across the globe, it's completely unprecedented. We've never seen anything like it. So with this kind of just explosive, record-breaking adoption, we've all kind of made an assumption, haven't we? That this must be the ultimate work and productivity machine, right?
Well, that's where things get interesting. A team of researchers from OpenAI, Duke, and Harvard, they got this incredible, unprecedented access to the data. And they asked that exact question. What is everyone actually doing with ChatGPT? You know the common assumption, right? It's the one that drives pretty much all the headlines. We think its main value is for professional stuff. Writing reports, cranking out code, and just generally making us more productive at our jobs. But the data reveals something absolutely stunning. As of June 2025, a massive 73% of all usage has nothing to do with work. At all. And get this, that number isn't just sitting there. The research shows this non-work trend is actually picking up speed. So here's the really crucial point. While the entire world has been obsessing over how AI is going to change our jobs, it's already been quietly and profoundly reshaping our lives outside the office. Okay, so if it's not all spreadsheets and work emails, what in the world are we all talking to it about? Well, the research gives us a really fascinating breakdown. Now, what's really incredible here is just how concentrated the topics are. Check this out. Nearly 80% of all conversations fall into just three main buckets. First, we're asking for practical, customized advice on basically everything, from fitness plans to travel itineraries. We're also using it like a supercharged search engine to find information. And of course, we're getting help with all kinds of writing. And to really understand what we're trying to do, the researchers came up with this brilliant framework. They broke it down into two main ideas. Are we asking for information or advice to help us make a decision? Or are we telling the AI to go do a specific task for us, like draft a email? And it turns out we're using ChatGPT way more like a wise advisor than just a simple workhorse. Almost half, 49% of our messages, are us asking for help with thinking and making decisions. That's compared to 40% of the time when we're just telling it what to do. And the data shows that this asking for help, that's the part that's growing even faster. So let's talk about the users themselves. Who are these 700 million people? Well, the answer to that has shifted a lot since this thing first launched. And this right here, this illustrates one of the biggest changes perfectly. When it launched, it was a pretty male-dominated user base. About 80% of users had typically masculine names. But now, it's basically at parity. It's an almost even split, which really suggests that the tool's appeal is becoming truly universal. The user base is also incredibly young. I mean, nearly half of all messages come from adults under 26. At the same time, its growth is just exploding in developing nations, which is democratizing access to this tech on a global scale. And when you do look at who uses it for work, it's the highly educated professionals who are most likely to be integrating it into their jobs. And when professionals do use it for work, their behavior gets really specialized. The study shows that managers and business folks, they lean on it heavily for writing. We're talking over half of all their work-related messages. Meanwhile, the tech professionals, well, no surprise here, they're using it for technical help and coding. So what's the big takeaway from all this incredible data? What does it all mean? Well, it kind of forces us to take a step back and completely rethink what the value of AI really is. The researchers themselves make a powerful argument. They say the main economic value here isn't just about automating tasks we're already doing.
No, it's about making us better thinkers. It's about enhancing our ability to make better, more informed decisions.
And that shifts the entire narrative, doesn't it? AI isn't just a tool to replace what we do. It's emerging as a co-pilot for how we think. It's becoming a partner that helps us navigate complexity, not just at work, but in, every part of our personal lives too. Which leaves us with a final, kind of provocative thought. Maybe, just maybe, we've all been so focused on the threat of AI doing our jobs that we've completely missed its true and way more profound potential to help us do our thinking,